The last operation was in August 2022. In less than 1 year, we are in the second operation. What's next? It's clear to everybody that these operations are not a solution. There is no military solution to the threats coming out of Gaza, and there is no military solution to the threats coming out of the West Bank. If Israel keeps talking about Iran, making a huge campaign about Iran, claiming that the enemy is Iran, why do they continue to hit Gaza and not Tehran?
I do want to throw in a question here, because cynicism aside, you surely cannot expect a sovereign country not to react when hundreds and thousands of rockets are being fired at its territory on a regular basis. And Netanyahu was not criticized just by Ben Gvir and his government. He was criticized by the left, by Yair Lapid, by Naftali Bennett, by the Israeli left for not reacting. And that reaction eventually came now. But I want to ask you, what has the Palestinian Islamic Jihad gained in this operation, closing off the Kerem Shalom and the Erez crossing, stopping thousands of Gazans who travel to Israel every day? You can see them at the Erez crossing, you can see them in Ashkelon every morning. I see them traveling to Israel for income, for a better life for their families. Do you think that the Palestinian Islamic Jihad, when firing hundreds, if not thousands of rockets at Israeli citizens and causing this escalation ultimately, is doing good for the people of Gaza?
I'm not the spokesperson of Jihad, and I don't want to defend them. I have a lot of criticism on all kinds of leadership in Gaza and in the West Bank. These are not the perfect leadership for the Palestinian people. We are suffering more than any other people from what's happening. I'm trying to reflect the innocent civilians that have been falling. Whether you like it or not, whether Israel is trying to avoid targeting civilians or not, we have bodies of children that are buried today. And these are the ones that I want to speak on their behalf.
And the question is whether there is criticism within Gaza on the fact that there are, like the Israeli civilians, being held hostages to these terror groups. I can remind you as well that Israel has almost doubled the number of work permits for people in Gaza. It is in the interest of Israel that the people of Gaza live a better life, but that obviously cannot continue when you have hundreds of rockets fired at Israeli territory.
Guy, we are all now hostages of a decision of one person in 1967, Moshe Dayan, when he decided not to decide on what to do on the West Bank and Gaza. Israel conquered these areas, and from that day until now, they don't want to do anything. They don't want to decide the final status of this area. This is the roots of the problem. What do you want to do with millions of Palestinians in the West Bank and Gaza? If Israel continues to forcibly manage their lives and affect their life, and not allowing them to manage their own things, to have their self-determination, we will continue to face these escalations. Also, you have talking about that a sovereign country will not allow any side to attack it. Also, a population, a people, a national people, millions of Palestinians will not allow Israel to continue military occupy them. This is the problem. We need a political exit from this problem, and the political exit is only through diplomatic ways. The military options will lead us nowhere.
And as we mentioned, Israel did evict thousands of Israeli settlers out of the Gaza Strip in hope for a better future.